All right, let's talk about it. It is that time of year again, right? We all set these huge, ambitious goals. But we all know how the story goes. That big burst of January energy, it just kind of fizzles out. So today, we are diving deep into the real reason so many resolutions fall apart, and more importantly, what the most successful people are doing that we're not.
I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's so frustrating. You start the year totally fired up, you've got the best intentions, and then boom, life happens. Before you know it, that goal is just a distant memory. Well, we're going to unpack this because the answer has absolutely nothing to do with how ambitious you are. You're looking at what our source material calls the goal failure loop. And I bet this sounds familiar. You set a goal, you ride this temporary wave of motivation, the wave crashes, you stop, you feel guilty, and then you do the whole thing all over again next year. Most of us think the problem is us, that we're not disciplined enough. But what if the problem isn't you at all?
And this is the absolute key. Let's get this straight. Your ambition is awesome. Your desire to get better is powerful. The problem is that we have all been handed the wrong set of tools. We've been told to rely on things that are, frankly, completely unreliable.
Okay, so let's talk about the two usual suspects, the main tools we're told to use, motivation and willpower. We're taught to think of them as these superpowers we can just summon on command. But what if they're not? What if they're actually the most fragile parts of our entire psychological toolkit? Trying to build your success on them is like building a house on sand. So let's take motivation first. The source defines it as an emotional state. And that's it, right there. That's the whole game. Think about it. How long do your other emotions last? You might feel excited for an hour or happy for a day. Motivation is exactly the same. It's a fantastic spark to get you going, but it is a terrible, terrible strategy for the long haul. And that brings us to its partner in crime, willpower. Oh, we love to talk about willpower, but the truth is, it's a finite resource. It's like a battery. You wake up with it fully charged, but every single decision you make all day, what to eat, how to answer that email, dealing with traffic, it just drains that battery. So relying on it to be there for you at 7 p.m. to go to the gym, you're setting yourself up to fail. This slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, that's the roller coaster most of us are on, relying on feelings. It's totally inconsistent, unreliable. It's a mess. But look at the right, relying on a system. It's consistent, it's dependable, it drives results over the long term because it's designed to work even when you don't feel like it. This is the big shift. So, if motivation and willpower aren't going to save us, what's the real enemy here? What is it that actually stops us dead in our tracks? Well, it's not laziness. It's something way more sneaky and, honestly, way more common in our world today. The true culprit is distraction. That's it. When we don't have a crystal clear path forward, our brain looks for an escape hatch. It looks for the easy thing. So we check our phone, we scroll Instagram, we do anything other than the one thing that's going to move us forward. Distraction is what kills our goals. And, our vulnerability to distraction gets way, way worse when we lack alignment. Whether it's in your personal life, you're not sure what you really value, or in a leadership role where your team isn't on the same page, that lack of clarity is an open invitation for distraction to take over. Your brain just defaults to the easiest path, which is almost never the most important one.
Okay, so we've torn down the old way of thinking. We've identified the real enemy. Now let's build this back up with the solution. It's one simple, incredibly powerful idea that the highest performers live by. And that idea is structure. This quote just says it all. Structure is the antidote. It's the cure for unreliable feelings and the constant pull of distraction. Structure is the framework you intentionally build around your goals to make progress the default option, not the one you have to fight for every day. So how do we actually do this? Well, first, you have to consciously change your focus. You stop asking yourself, do I feel motivated today? And you start asking, what is the very next action I need to take? Second, you design systems to make it painfully easy to start. You want to go to the gym in the morning? Don't leave it to chance. Lay out your gym clothes the night before. And third, you repeat this until it becomes a routine, until it's as automatic as brushing your teeth. It doesn't require willpower anymore. It's just what you do. And when you start putting these simple structures in place, you are fundamentally changing the game. You stop hoping for success and you start engineering it. You're not leaving it to chance or how you happen to feel on a random Tuesday. You are making your own success practically inevitable.
So let's just recap the playbook of top performers. They get it. They know that motivation is a feeling that comes and goes. They understand that willpower runs out, so they refuse to leave their success to chance. Instead, they build simple, repeatable structures that do the heavy lifting for them, and that is how they turn good intentions into consistent, powerful action. And let's be super clear here, this isn't just some life hack for remembering to floss. This is a high-performance strategy. We're talking about leaders trying to hit massive targets, entrepreneurs trying to build a company, or anyone trying to achieve something truly meaningful. This systems-based mindset is what separates the people who talk a good game from the ones who actually get it done. So I'm going to leave you with this one final thought to chew on. Our culture tells us to just try harder, to hustle more, grind more. But what if that's all wrong? What if the real key to unlocking your biggest goals isn't about more brute force, but about a much smarter design?